Okay, so this is the one of the last things I'm going to share right now about what I learned during um, that time the big wave came over me. That initiation I went through. First of all, let me say this. I have gone through a couple awakenings over the last several years. And then recently, over the summer, I went through some healing sessions. One thing I wanted to heal some grief. I wanted to heal many things. One thing was I went through this thing over the last year and a half where I just felt completely unlovable because of a situation that happened. And my lady that does the healing sessions is wonderful and beautiful, and she said she was going to pull that out of me. That definitely was not true, and she wanted to because I would have some really dark days from that. And there was something else that I carried that was said to me that I was so annoying, and that people only were around me because they felt sorry for me. They didn't really like me. And I carried that. Those were things that were said to me that I carried. And so I had beautiful experiences during those healing sessions. And it was Reiki, I'll say that. And so much more because this person is so beautiful. And her medicine is amazing. And so I can share more about that later. But those sessions saved me in so many ways, and they also sparked a Kundalini awakening. And so since then, I have been told that an awakening, happens like this. And I have learned through study so that could be someone's opinion, and there's nothing wrong with that. We're entitled to our own opinion. But many people go through an awakening for weeks, months, years, a lifetime. But these sessions sparked a Kundalini awakening for me. And I was told that, that should be over quickly. Not by the person that did my healing, by someone else. And like I said, I respect that person's opinion, love that person to pieces, but through my studies and experiences, I have come to learn that some people spend weeks, months, a lifetime going through Kundalini. Because what happens is, with the Kundalini awakening, so you've learned about your path, right? And you're still learning about your path. But with the Kundalini, you are becoming the path. And so yeah, I've still been going through these initiations and things, but through that one that I talked about a couple of videos ago, where I felt like I was in the darkness, and I talked about that friend I used to have that and like I said, people don't like me talking about this, but what the fuck ever. It is what it is, okay? I'm not saying anything bad. I'm just saying. We always threw each other a lifeline. We were always there for each other. We would not let the other one sink. We spent hours a day together, just hanging out or playing a game on the phone or just talking and talking and talking. And I went through many things with this person being the person that I would turn to for all of it. And this last year and a half, I have experienced deep loneliness. But another thing that I have learned is you cannot take those expectations and put them on another friendship, or you could take different attributes from that one person and put it onto different people and expect the same result. And that's not fair to them because everybody's made different. Or you can take all those expectations and pour them in, put them onto one person and expect that one person to be all those things. And that's not them. Like, that's not how they operate. It's just not them. And you're not going to duplicate, replicate, or be able to replace that friendship ever. And that's just something you have to face. Another thing that you need to face, and this is my opinion, is to be that person for yourself. You're not always going to have somebody to turn to, and at the end of the day, you need to be your biggest cheerleader. You need to be your biggest fan. You need to have a toolbox. And I know. Sometimes some days are so dark you can't open that toolbox. Like, you need somebody to hold the freaking flashlight so you can see in the toolbox. There's nothing wrong with having someone like that to turn to. But you need to be able to rely on yourself as well. Something I learned during that is sovereignty. And, yes, we have our spouses and everything, but geez, you can't put your whole identity in your spouse either. You have to freaking figure out who you are and how to help yourself and coping mechanisms. I'm not saying don't turn to someone when you need help. I'm just saying that we need to learn to help ourselves too. We need to learn sovereignty. So yeah. And so yeah, I've been learning a lot of things through this Kundalini awakening, and there'll still be many things still to come for me to learn, and I'll share. And it has opened many things up in me that I thought were closed off, and there are bright, beautiful days, and there are rough days, but I think that comes with grief too. So anywho, be careful putting expectations on other people, because they don't deserve that. They're being the best person they can be for you. And don't assume things either, because sometimes when you're going through a bunch of shit, somebody else is going through a bunch of shit, and you're thinking that they're ignoring you, but they're trying to crawl out of their own hole. So you each need to throw each other a lifeline. But I will add this too. If somebody throws you a lifeline, don't freaking ignore them. It only takes 2 seconds to say, hey, homie, I'm going through it, and I can't right now. Thank you so much, but deuces. Because there are so many thoughts in the silence. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing that out there. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure I'll be back.